The departure of a loved one always leaves a deep wound, even for a figure as strong and bright as JHope. The world of fans was made excited when the sad news came from the idol family, who are known to be full of positive energy. Grandmother, who has been one of the important figures in his life, is rumored to have passed away, leaving a deep sadness for the rapper and dancer from the BTS group. The moment of the funeral became one of the most touching events. In the midst of such a thick atmosphere of grief, JHope looks unable to hide his sadness. The tears that fell from his eyes were proof of how much he had lost. The figure, who had been known to be cheerful, full of laughter, and always spreading positive energy, looked so fragile. Many were touched to see another side of him, a human side rarely seen before the public. What makes the atmosphere even more touching is the presence of two friends as well as his group mates, Jungkook and Jimin. Both of them came to provide moral support in the most difficult moments. Without saying much, their presence is enough to show how strong the bonds of friendship between BTS members are. They not only shared the stage and success, but also shared grief and loss. Several witnesses said Jungkook was seen standing near JHope, occasionally patting her gently on the shoulder, as if to say that he was not alone. While Jimin seemed to give a warm hug full of meaning. This simple gesture actually became a symbol of such strong support, making many people who saw it shed tears. The support from Jungkook and Jimin also did not stop on the day of the funeral. The two reportedly still often accompany JHope in his spare time. Whether it's just eating together, having a casual conversation, or even just sitting together without a lot of words, simple things like this actually have a very big meaning for someone who is grieving. The emotional closeness between the three has long been in the spotlight. Jimin, who is known as an empathetic figure, is often the place to vent to the members, while Jungkook, although known to be more reserved, has his own way of showing his care. This combination makes JHope not feel alone in the face of his difficult time. Apart from the members, the family is certainly the main place for JHope to find strength. The warmth of the remaining family helped fill the void left by the grandmother. In Korean culture, family relationships have a very important role, so the loss of family members, especially those who have been very close since childhood, can have a very deep emotional impact. Losing grandma is not an easy thing for JHope. It is known that he has a very special closeness with his grandmother since childhood. The figure is often the place to lean before he achieved great success as it is now. On several occasions, JHope has told how her family, including her grandmother, always supported her dream of becoming an artist, even when the path she chose was not easy. After the death of her grandmother, JHope experienced emotional changes. He reportedly chose to spend more time with his family. This becomes a phase of reflection in her life, in which she tries to understand the loss while remembering all the good memories she has lived with her grandmother. The longing that comes is certainly inevitable, but he tries to turn the sadness into strength. Not only that, some fans also noticed that JHope began to show a calmer and deeper side in his daily life. If before he was known as Sunshine, who was always cheerful, now he looks more brooding. But this does not mean that he is losing his light. On the contrary, he is going through a process of emotional maturation that makes him even stronger as an individual. The support of BTS members is also an important factor in this recovery process. Their years together have made their relationship more than just colleagues. They are the second family. Jungkook and Jimin, in particular, are known to have a strong emotional closeness with JHope, so their presence in the moment felt very meaningful. The army around the world also gave support through various loving messages on social media. Many expressed sympathy and hope that JHope can get through this difficult time well. Support hashtags also became trending, showing how much fans love their idols. Interestingly, some observers see that this loss experience could have influenced JHope's future works. As an artist, emotions are often a source of inspiration. It is not impossible that the sadness and longing that he feels will be expressed in music or other creative works, which can actually touch the hearts of more people. In the end, this story is a reminder that behind the glitter of the entertainment world, idols are still ordinary people who feel grief and loss. JHope may be known as a figure who always brings happiness to many people, but he also has fragile moments that require the support of those closest to him. The presence of Jungkook and Jimin at JHope's side symbolizes that true friendship is not only present in happy times, but also in times of grief. This moment not only touched the hearts of fans, but also showed how valuable the relationship between BTS members is. Now, despite the grief still felt, JHope slowly rose. She carries the memory of her grandmother as a source of strength, not just as a loss. And from the tears that fell that day, a stronger, deeper, more human version of him was born. As time goes by, JHope's grieving process doesn't stop just on the day of the funeral. It is precisely after all the series of events is over that the sense of loss often feels more real. When the atmosphere began to quiet down and activities resumed as usual, memories of the grandmother actually came one after another. This is a natural part of the process of loss that is also felt by many people around the world. In some moments captured by fans, JHope looks more silent and shows a more sad expression than usual. But on the other hand, he still tries to be professional when in public. This is the other side of an idol. Even though they are facing personal problems, they still try to give their best for the fans. This attitude actually made many soldiers feel emotionally connected to him. Interestingly, many fans began to see positive changes in the way JHope expressed herself after going through this period of grief. He appears to be more open in showing his emotional side, both through interactions with fans and in the artwork he creates. This shows that a sense of loss does not always lead to a slump, but it can also be a starting point for personal growth. Some entertainment industry analysts even predict that this experience will provide new colors in the works of JHope in the future. If he was previously known for songs full of energy and passion, it is not impossible that he will begin to explore deeper and emotional themes. This is certainly something fans are looking forward to, as they get to see another side of her as an artist. On the other hand, the ARMY also showed tremendous solidarity. Many sent messages of support, created fan projects, and remembered JHope's happy moments with his family. This support comes not only from South Korea, but also from various countries around the world. This proves that the relationship between idols and fans can transcend geographical and linguistic boundaries. This moment of grief also makes many people realize the importance of valuing time with family. JHope's story is a reminder that behind the hustle and bustle and success, family remains the most precious thing. Many fans are inspired to spend more time with their loved ones after seeing what their idols are going through. Over time, JHope slowly begins to find a balance between her personal and professional life. He did not forget the sadness he felt, but also did not let it hinder his steps forward. Rather, it makes the experience a new source of strength. The presence of Jungkook and Jimin on this trip is a clear proof that true friendship is able to be a support in the most difficult moments. All three show that the bond they have is not just a professional relationship, but also a deep emotional relationship like a family. In the end, this story is not only about loss, but also about love, support, and strength to rise. The tears that fell at the funeral were not a sign of weakness, but rather proof of such great love. And it is from that love that JHope finds a reason to keep moving forward, carrying the beautiful memory of her grandmother with her every step of the way.